Alright, I figured I'd jump right on the bandwagon. In fact, what I did is I got a big long stick and I pole vaulted onto the bandwagon to get my sort of questions and answers video out there to you guys. So thank you very much for asking me questions. So here is the questions you asked to be answered now by me for you. So to kick things off, I'll probably point out that the screen's there that I'm reading off and the flash is on here, so basically I can't see anything on the screen. So there may be a few little jump cuts here and there, whatever. So just kick things off, Matt Norris. Alright Matt, he says, why can't you read this? He doesn't say that at all. He says, what do you do for a living? And favourite TV show? Well, for a living, I breathe. Is that right? Now, I work in a car park. It's a pretty easy job. You just basically sit and drink tea and have bits of cheese and things like that. It's great. The other thing he says is least favourite flavour of crisps. It's got to be Worcestershire. It's got to be cheese and onion. It's Worcestershire. Hold on.
Worcestershire sauce.
Them ones. I'm not a fan of them ones. Not nice. I like them in an emergency, but no. A crisp emergency.
Emergency crisps.
Emergency crisps. So now we have Carl Chegwin who says, how is that a proper Geordie or is that a Macam like? Well, is it not obvious? Really, Carl? Really? I'm a Macam, innit? I mack 'em and I tack 'em. Well, I usually tack 'em and then let them mack 'em. Yes, I'm a Macam. I'm from Sunderland, or round here as we call it. So there you go. I'm a Macam. And then we have Dave Shotton. Have you ever wanked off to your own ass? Well, unfortunately, David, I don't have an ass. I have an arse. And I have to say, I haven't actually ever wanked off to it. But now that I've kind of been drawn, like the attention's drawn to it, I might give it a try one time. Whenever the mood might hit, the mood, the kind of, I don't know, how would you describe what that is? Desperation? I don't know. That's moving on. There's another one from David Mentz. He says, when you collect just bloody everything, how do you avoid living in a huge toy mess all the time?
He doesn't.
I don't, apparently. I kind of think there's not just me who lives in this house. This house is populated by my spawn and my wife.
The spawn have toy mess.
The spawn have toy mess too, yes. But basically, I have a loft, so 99% of my stuff's kind of up in there, and I can kind of, when I'm finished playing with my toys and things and bits and pieces that I haven't got lying around and stuff, like for example this Megatron's just on a bookshelf, just randomly. This is a really cool toy. Well, it's not supposed to be Transformers, is it? Oh, naughty! Very naughty boy! Spunky's hand. Seems to be lots of dust, doesn't there? Maybe I best change my dandruff shampoo thing, whatever, conditioner. Yeah, maybe I should use conditioner instead of sheep dip. Right, so basically I have a loft and that's where most of the stuff gets shot into it, and the rest of the house basically functions as the rest of a house would. So thanks David and David. David Shotton again says, why don't you live closer to me so we could play with toys more often? I also kind of wish this to be sort of true, but to be fair, I think from my house to your house is probably about an hour away. So, and that's not too bad, is it? So, you're welcome to come round if you want, mate. I'll stick the kettle on. We'll have a bit of you know, a jam roly-poly or something, and we'll get some toys out and have a little game. I'm fuggy first pick who I get to be though. So there you are. You're more than welcome to come round, Dave. Right, Ben Watson. Would you accept some worst? I've got a black market sausage dealer on speed dial. Yeah, I quite like hot dogs, as long as I've got onions on and mustard, and I'm kind of liking barbecue sauce on them at the moment, and cheese, and chili. Chili's nice, big load of mince and kidney beans on a nice hot dog. So yeah, I'll have some sausage. I assume that's what the worst is. Might not be. I might be reading that wrong, but anyway. So cheers, Ben. That'll be great. Let's have a look. Scroll down. Something's popped up. Restarting your computer in 14 minutes. Why would you do that? It never. Stuart Blythe says, what is your favourite toy line you collect, and why does it affect the baboons so badly? Kind of everything's in flux with me, as it is with a lot of people, and kind of like at the minute, Star Wars is my main sort of collection, and obviously the vintage Star Wars toys, because those were the ones that I have the fondest memories of. And basically, I mean, like, any of the sort of Star Wars stuff's really, really good, so any of it really. Go. Dave Shotton says, if Moshi monsters could be used as bullets, which European country could you arm for world domination? My wife, when I told her this one, said all of them. I don't think that's quite true. I mean, I would one day like to be able to arm all of them with bullets that were Moshi monsters. That would be fantastic. Mainly glumps. That would be even better. But I would probably say sort of Sweden. You know, probably like I would go with Sweden. Let them have a go at it. Why not? You're lucky. Right. So Matt Norris says, during the opening credits of Star Wars The Next Generation, the Enterprise flies past the screen and you can see people moving around in the meeting lounge. What is on the agenda for that meeting? Well, seeing as it's The Next Generation, it's got to be something really action-packed. I'm going to assume it's going to possibly be something to do with probably disciplinaring Whoopi Goldberg, because, I mean, there was clearly something awry there, wasn't there? I mean, I don't know what all that was about, really, to be fair. But I'm assuming it's I'm going to say Whoopi Goldberg. Right. Brad Rhodes says, can you, on camera, please say the following? Dwi am hoffi Kraben echos miandiathlos. In your native accent. I think that's what I did then. Maybe should have read the end bit so I could have made sure. I'm kind of surprised I was able to read that. Normally, if I can't read something, I can't say it. So, I hope that was right, Brad. Doesn't really matter if it wasn't, does it? Probably some git curse I've thrown myself now. So, yeah, whatever. Could be worse. I did upset the pagans the other week, and I'm still doing alright. So, I'll take my chances. So, thanks, Brad and Matt and Dave. Tony Thistle of Thrustle, Cake or Death. Ooh, that's a tricky one, isn't it? That's oh. Cake or death. Cake or death. Cake or death. Depends what kind of cake it is, doesn't it? I'll probably go a Jaffa cake. I'll go with a Jaffa cake. Jaffa cake. Tony Thrustle says, have you ever danced with the devil in a pale moonlight? Yes, I believe it was a full moon actually, so it wasn't that pale, although it was rather, like, sometimes the moon's really massive and other times it's not. I think, well, the moon's the same size, it's just like we're slightly further away, I think. I think that's how it works. I don't know. It was quite a far away. So there you go. But yes, I have done that once or twice. So yes, and I do particularly love Batman the motion picture. So thanks for reminding me, Tony. And the other one here is do the ice bucket challenge on video if you haven't already done. Oh, your Macam typing or Geordie typing's pretty decent, like. I'll give you props for that, Mara. Do you expect the Spanish Inquisition? Nobody expects Matt Norris. Anyway. Ed Drew, will you love me tomorrow? I will, Ed. Today, tomorrow, forever. Is that the WWE stuff? I don't know. Of course, Ed's amazing. Like, what I miss from YouTube, man. Ed are apt. I was like, where's Ed gone? He's died. The anthrax I sent him in the mails killed him. Oh, for the guilt. But no, he's still alive, and kind of looks like instead of being doing YouTube videos, he's just basically been going in the gym quite a bit. So, nice one, Ed. Congratulations on your return. So, that's Edward. And we have Christopher. That's the Chris Eubanks kind of impersonation for this evening. Christopher. Christopher Perry says, what's the smelliest place you have ever been? And why did you go there? Oh, God, that's a good one. The smelliest place I've ever been. Let's have a look. And Natalie Harper, what is the lowest monetary value you would accept to lick a badger's arse? Make me an offer, Natalie. You never know. I take PayPal, so, and obviously you might need to supply the badger. I haven't seen one around here for a while. So, and I wouldn't like to have to catch one myself. That would incur an additional fee. We have Dave Shotton says, have you ever bummed a monkey? If not, why not? They're not really readily available. And I did kind of want to see that woman who had a kind of, I don't know if it was a fight, but she kind of like basically got her hands and her face ripped off by a chimp. So like, you kind of wouldn't want to go much smaller than a chimp to kind of like bum. I would think that would be a bit uncomfortable for everybody involved. So, I suppose an orangutan probably wouldn't mind, would it? Be just like, go on then. Plus it could do a pretty good reach around with its long arms. I'm going to the zoo next week, so I don't know, maybe if there's, I'll have a look. I'll see what I think when I'm there. So, thanks, Dave. Yep, arse. So, who's next? Right, John W. Knowles. It says, what do you think about poo? Well, it's shit, isn't it? All right, and then we have Bill Barclay. Will you be going to see The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies in 3D when it comes out? No chance. And I think the last thing I went to see at the movies or pictures, I don't know, like the cinema, where they've got, like, basically where you go to watch a big telly with lots of other people, was the Lego movie, and that was like the first thing I've seen in about 5 years at the pictures. So there's no, and I didn't even enjoy the Hobbit movies. I thought they were awful, really bad, very annoying. And I love Lord of the Rings, so the Hobbit movies just, said it once, I'll say it again. When you've got a dragon that looks absolutely amazing and realistic, and that looks better than Martin Freeman running down some stairs, that's just, it's the little things in movies that mean a lot. So no, I shall not be going to watch that at the movies. I may just get a copy from a pirate. Yar. I should probably scroll up because I've lost where I'm at. Was Hayden Christensen really that bad? It was pretty terrible. Like, don't necessarily, like, yeah, he was just, I mean, I know some of the acting in Star Wars is pretty wooden and not really very heartfelt and good, but that's not what makes Star Wars films good. What makes Star Wars films good is just, like, the memories of them and stuff, and how kind of just awesome they looked at the time. I watched Return of the Jedi on telly the other night, and even that looked a bit like, it's looking dated now, you know, it's looking pretty ropey, so, but that doesn't matter because it's Return of the Jedi. Hayden Christensen he just wasn't good. Like, he looked alright, kind of. I would have liked to have seen him maybe just look a bit more menacing as Darth Maul, like, you know, kind of believable, but nah.
Darth Maul?
Yeah, was he not Darth Maul? I'm such a Star Wars fan! Flipping Darth Vader, man. You know, the other one, the other Darth. There's too many Darths. Like, why could they not just be called, like, Darth Vader and then get, you know, flipping Edmund Maul and then, you know, get Lord Sidious and all that sort of stuff. Why Darths? I don't know. I mean, I do know, but anyway. It just makes it complicated. Like calling all the Jedis Dave. Right, we'll scroll up. Thank you. Brad Road said, how many seagull? There's 2 on the roof, and there's loads. Just like, there's lots of seagull. More seagull than need be. I do actually quite like seagull. They are, like, you know, they taste like McDonald's. So, that's pretty cool. Seagull. I have a theory of the evolution of the seagull. I shall share it with you at another time. And then me talking about testicle issues, I don't know. Christopher Perry. What's the name of the troll under the bridge? Well, there's quite a few different trolls, isn't there? What's the name of the troll under the bridge?
Which bridge?
Don't know, which bridge? There's one under every bridge, so you know, if you could tell me which one, that would be great. But usually most trolls are. How do you alright, because obviously I mentioned about technical problems with the tap. How do you mend a tap type of thing? Somebody, Bill Barclay has asked. Well, normally you just lie on your back in a really uncomfortable position with spanners kind of going for 4 hours, and then kind of sit up, have a sandwich, and lie back down for another 2.5 hours. Then you kind of cry, lose the will to live, have no feeling in your sort of from your shoulders down to any part of your body, and then carry on for another couple of hours and just about only have a slight leak. That's usually what happens. What's that smell? I think the cat might have been on the cat tree. That's from Tony Thrustle. And Natalie Harper, what have you done with your Bieber doll? I think he's over here. I do have a Batman doll, who often throttles them. So you can go like, if I was your boyfriend, and then you can slap them as well, going, Batman. So, a random piece of air pocket caught in my cheek. That hasn't happened to me in years. Guess I got a little bit too excited to play with toys. So yes, I just have him around basically until he ends up going in the loft and probably getting raped or something off Street Shark. And finally we have Barry Shaw. Pink or brown? Well, you do get more points for pink. You know, but being poo, brown's my colour, isn't it? So I'm going to go with pink, obviously. So thank you everybody who, I think Matt Norris might have asked us more. It said read more or see more, so I'll just see more. And it said, who's your favourite YouTuber and why am I? So he's kind of answered his own question there, Matt. So, but yeah, my favourite YouTuber is CM Harris, because he told me it was. Thanks for watching, guys. It's been a pleasure. And do stay tuned. I will be doing my Ice Bucket Challenge separately. And thanks, Stu, for that. That's it, really. Ta-ra. Why do I eat fruit and meat? Why do I like to eat fruit and meat? Well, basically, I've got teeth, so that helps. Otherwise, I'd hate to have to get a full chicken. That would be pretty labour intensive. And fruit, it's lovely in it. You know what I mean? You can have it with all sorts of things like cakes or bread. You can have, you know, a banana sandwich. You can have it with chocolate fountains. You can do all sorts of stuff with it, and it helps you flush out your system as well, doesn't it? Like bleach. Yes, so that's that one. And Dave Shotton said something along the lines of, because I don't have the questions in front of me now, who would I quite fancy me chances against in a fight between Captain Birdseye and the Colonel from KFC? Well, they're kind of both old codgies, isn't they? So kind of a bit unfair, really. Although technically, if one's a colonel and one's a captain, it kind of puts some kind of naval kind of background on them, so they possibly could be doing some sort of Steven Seagal, because wasn't he like a chef as well? So like, you know, and he was pretty deadly. So I don't know. I'd probably fancy my chances against either. Obviously there was that young Captain Birdseye who came out. But I mean, I didn't rate him at all, to be fair. He was a bit too metrosexual for my liking. But one thing that not many people do know is that Captain Birdseye's beard is actually supposed to represent the fish inside of the fingers. So there you go, you can take that one with you. So there you go. I'd tack them both on. Why not? Because I'm finger licking good type of job. And I think that's about it. So I'll leave it there. Get this uploaded as fast as I bloody can.